Welcome to My Designed Life.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the Wholepreneur Summit, where we've brought experts from all over the world to support your mind, body, spirit, and business. As many of you are finding yourselves at home, perhaps working at home for the first time with makeshift desks and offices, and also restricted from the gym or other regular movement and activities, we are susceptible to new stress and strain, not only on our bodies, but our mental health. So let's be honest, we are all going through a lot of adjustments right now. So it's important more than ever that we get the tools and practices that can hold us together and keep us healthy. Now, my guest today is the founder of Dynamic Chiropractic Center and vice president of Chiro Mission, a not-for-profit organization that has impacted over 100,000 people, providing health and assistance in global communities. And as if that wasn't enough, she developed the Get Naked series, a program that focuses on advancing and improving lives through personal discovery and growth, and has been featured on the CW Network, PBS, and Think Magazine. Please welcome Dr. Aura Tovar. Hi, Dr. Tovar.
Hello, thank you for having me. I know we did a program before and we were just chatting about how the world has changed, yes. But I know this is so needed. So Absolutely. Thank you for doing this kind of summit, because we need to stay plugged in to the yes. right energy and the right information.
Yes.
So we can stay healthy at home. So Thank you. So much.
And thank you so much. It's so important for us to stay informed, of course, with what's going on. But I think this is the next level of being informed of what can I control? What can I do, right? So where are you joining us from today?
Well, I practice in Miami, Florida. I've been practicing for 20 years. So when I founded Dynamic Chiropractic Center back in May of 2000. So yes, I'm in sunny Florida.
Sunny Florida. Well, you at least have a backyard, right? So you're not trapped outside. You have a beautiful place to go, right?
Yes, I'm very blessed. I do feel for the people that have nowhere to walk or no sunlight or no green grass to step on and ground yourself. So
yes.
I do. Those people, my heart goes out to you, really.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's why you're here today. You're going to give us some ways to stay sane no matter what situation we're in, right? So as we discussed, we're going to break down kind of the body, mind, relationship health, so we can stay sane, healthy, and thriving while we're at home. So go ahead and just take it away. What can we be learning?
Well, we're gonna talk about those three subjects as you mentioned, and I think it's so important now that we have been given our most important priorities, which are now everybody in the world now we can actually know what truly matters, and what truly matters is our health, right? It's our big wealth, and is the relationships we get to share that health with. Right?
Yes.
Because that's it. Everybody forgets about sports, about shopping, about everything. Yeah. And we have all been focusing on how important is our health and to keep a body that is working correctly. So as you mentioned, I've been a chiropractor for 20 years. And for those people that don't know what chiropractic is the science, philosophy, and art that connects the power that universe or God put in you with the rest of your body, the power that this innate intelligence that runs through the most important organ in your body, which is your nervous system, which is housed right here inside your head, the only organ that's fully covered by bone. So the brain sends the messages to the rest of the body through your spinal cord. And that goes the little messengers through which are the nerves that go to every organ, tissue, and cell. So chiropractors make sure that connection is clear. It's not interrupted by anything, because we tend to live in life, right? We don't live in paradise, and we have physical stress, chemical stress, and mental stress. Sometimes those bones move out of place, put pressure on the nerve, and then interrupt the communication from the brain into the body, to those organs, to those tissues, to those muscles.
That is one of the most amazing explanations I've heard, because I think a lot of us, either newbies who haven't heard about it before, or those even who love it, just kind of think, well, it's moving my bone. It's moving, I kind of move my joints. I get an adjustment, but this is such a wonderful explanation of, there may be some things that get in the way in bones, but it's really about this connection and communication to these vital organs in our body. That is amazing.
Just want to keep it clear and connected so your body knows what to do, because you do indeed have the best doctor inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
We were made out of 2 cells. A lot of people question chiropractic or question things, but you came from 2 cells, and here you are breathing while you're sleeping, and you woke up this morning, and here you are. So we're blessed to have this beautiful health, and we feel so grateful, right? But it is because we have this innate intelligence that's running through our body, constantly telling us what to do, how to do it, how to adapt.
Right.
So when we have interference with this magnificent source that knows what to do, that's when we get in trouble and our immune system goes down, and then we get disease.
Mm-hmm.
So we always want to go to your chiropractor to make sure you're clear. That's what you want to tell you. I want to go to the chiropractor and say, I want to know I'm clear and connected to the source, because that's pretty much what we just find the interference, remove it through very gentle adjustments, and let the body do its thing. That's why we always say the power that made the body heals the body. Power that made the body heals the body. It knows what to do. And if you question that power, question the fact that you came from 2 cells and you were here. That's the miracle of life, which we can experience every day when we wake up. So chiropractic is just putting it all together, just removing the interference. Which we have because we have physical stress, chemical stress, and mental stress. And we're going to talk about some of those things today, because some of the ways that we can improve our physical stress now that we are all at home, working at home, tending to our children, homeschooling our children, dealing with our family members in close encounters. I mean, all that is stressful. Watching the news, let's not even talk about that. But we're going to talk about body health, because this is the conversation that is being had worldwide, because we realize how important it is to keep your immune system strong, to keep it well connected to source, because you can put all these wonderful things from the outside, like vitamin C and echinacea and all these things. I could go on and on and on about all the supplements you can be using to reinforce your nervous system. But if you have interference with the nervous system, are those nutrients going to do you as good as they would if you were clear? So you want to make sure when all this is said and done, if you can still go out and get yourself checked by a chiropractor, go, because most of us are still open because we're essential, and we are making individualized appointments, and we are taking all the measurements to keep you healthy and strong and well connected during these very stressful times. But that way you can make sure that the other things you're doing, your body takes the most out of it. Because if you have an interruption with this organ that controls and regulates everything, and there's an interruption with the nerve that is going to your adrenals, or the nerve that is going and is helping you control your immune system, your vitamins are not going to meet, you're not going to make the best out of those vitamins and all the other things we're going to do.
Right. So your body's already out of alignment. You know, it brings a whole different meaning to alignment. And now that you've explained this, I'm like, it's not just the bodies, but it's like they're not communicating. There's something else missing.
I always say this everybody has a cell phone, right? Most people in the world, probably most people watching this have a cell phone, right? So I always give this analogy because this is so easy everybody can relate to 100% battery on your cell phone. Look, right now I'm even plugged in, right? My cell phone is plugged in because it's running out of battery. So just imagine you have 100% battery on your cell phone, but the connection to Wi-Fi is really bad. It comes and goes. So the job of the chiropractor is to restore the Wi-Fi signal so the messages can get through, and you can indeed use that 100% battery.
I love that analogy. I love it. Anyone who's going to connect my Wi-Fi is always going to be the top important person in my list.
Exactly. So that's what we do. We're connecting you back to your Wi-Fi source. So,
well, welcome to life at home.
It's okay. Full house here. But that's it. We're connecting you back to the Wi-Fi. So now let's just consider that you are well connected to your source. What else can you do while you're at home to keep your body healthy? We were talking about, the supplements, very important, right? That you're feeding not only your mind, but your body the right things so it can give you benefits on those right things. If you're sitting at home and you're just watching the news and eating all the bad stuff you bought, like if it is the end of days, your body is going to eventually show that in disease because it doesn't have good nutrients to make. So you got to make sure that you're not eating a lot of bad stuff. And this goes for everybody because we all have had a couple of nights of bad eating. I know I have. I am guilty of it. So I'm always very naked and being honest of what I done or not done. So that's important. But now let's talk about how we're sitting all day, or what is it that we're doing, okay?
Yes.
Most people are sitting way more than they used to. I recommend, if you're working from home, to make sure that your chair is hard. It's not soft. Or if you're working from your couch, don't recommend it.
Okay.
Why?
Too comfy.
You support in your low back as you need. Okay? Especially if you're suffering of any low back pain, please, you need to give it support. And yes, there's going to be some strengthening exercises for your low back and your neck that I'm going to be including as a gift right here. It only takes 2 minutes to do. If you do it in the morning, if you do it in the evening, if you do it in the middle of the day, you're going to save yourself a lot of harm to your musculoskeletal system. So very important that you stretch. You know, I always tell my patients, have you ever noticed that a cat and a dog, they stretch even on holidays? Ever watch them? Just watch them on Sundays and see, are you going to stretch today? And I bet you that they will. And they are on all fours, which is way different than us that put in our stress on two legs. So we accumulate way more of the stretch. Okay, so let's just make believe. We are sitting a lot, right? We're all working from home.
I'm sure it'll be a really hard stretch to make believe. Imagine.
Just imagine the whole world was in their home. Now, to do 6 months ago, and they would have called us psychic.
Right.
That's a whole different So let's just believe that we are all at home. And you're sitting a lot, which we all are. Right. Try not to cross your legs because that puts stress on your low back. Try not to sit with, and this goes for men, try not to sit with wallets in your pockets because that lifts your hips one more than the other. And it's putting stress on that lower lumbar spine. Very important. Also, try to make sure that your posture and your computer is, if not right in front to eyesight, higher.
Okay.
You want to keep it higher.
So we're not doing this. We're not looking down.
No. Why? Because the curvature we all keep in our cervical spine is the most important because it's the one connected to the brain, right? We just said the nervous system controls and regulates everything, has to send the messages through the spinal cord, out goes the nerves to all your organs, tissues, and cells. That is like, I call it the mouth of God because it's like where the biggest space is for your spinal cord to run. So you want to make sure there's a nice curvature there so you can keep all the holes in between your vertebra and the nerves open as much as they can, so that flow.
Everyone watching this right now is going to be like playing with their neck.
I always say, look up, America. Look up, world.
Hold your head up high, guys.
Hold your head up high. Okay, and we're going to go into posture because this is so important. One of the things I wanted to talk about today. You need to start standing more. So what I tell my patients in my office, and again, I've been practicing for 20 years, is to put in these beautiful phones that we carry, to put an alarm every 30 minutes to get up and stretch and walk. Yes. If you can walk and get a glass of water, even better, because we're supposed to be drinking way more water. Our body is 75% made of water. Please go fill yourself a cup. And if you're not urinating a lot of times a day, you're not drinking enough water. Okay, so if you're, I had a patient tell me, no, I only urinate like twice a day. I'm like, that's not healthy. Not good. You want to shed toxins. And the only way to do that is to drink water. If you're not going to go out and run 3 miles every day, you're not sweating enough, right? So please put an alarm on your phone and you're going to get up. The second thing about posture, walk as how you want to feel. Stand up as how you want to feel. If you want to feel awesome, healthy, vibrant, as if you're in a beach in Fiji, because eventually we will be. Right. We have to think that.
We have to believe it.
You need to stand with your shoulders back and down. back and down. The head needs to be perpendicular to the floor, okay? Not like this, not even like that, just stay in the middle. But the middle is where most people they don't even know their middle is, right? So you want shoulders back and down, and you stand and you breathe. If you can take that break every 30 minutes from your sitting position, you are ahead of the game. That I'm going to tell you. To avoid a lot of injuries and a lot of muscle tension, because what's happening, especially right now, you're sitting in your desk and you're on your computers, right? And you're looking at whatever, and there's a pop-up that comes with whatever, they're shutting down the supermarket near you, whatever it is, you're tensing up, you're accumulating all that tension, and you're literally shrinking.
It's coming in,
You're shrinking. How do you feel? Always think about this. How do you feel when you feel depressed? What is your posture when you feel depressed?
You're kind of just that limp, like.
And this is what we're shrinking instead of expanding. When you expand, you feel more powerful. You feel you can breathe wider. Your lungs are going to get healthier, which we need, right? You're going to feel more alive. When you're shrinking, you can barely breathe. Your breathing is shallow. And you're going to feel retracted. You're going to feel sad. The muscle tension is just going to take more over you, and just might as well call it a day, right?
Right. I love that though. Stand how you feel. Like it's such a wonderful connection.
So stand how you want to feel.
How you want to feel. Yeah, not how you feel.
Half an hour, stand how you want to feel. And every half an hour, do that posture check. Check yourself. Go to a mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. I'm awesome. And stand, and you're going to start noticing your shoulders back and down, your head perpendicular to the floor, your chin. And you're just going to, affirm what you would like to be, what you would like to see, what you would like to enjoy as soon as this is over. What you are right now, affirm something positive about yourself. Take that opportunity to use your body to give you the right physiology and send the right happy chemicals to the cells so you can create a better state. Remember, focus on what we can control. There's so much we cannot control. What can you really control? You can control what goes in your brain, what you let settle in, and that's gonna.
This bubble right here, that's about as far as you can control it.
So you're going to focus on all of that. If you can walk around your house, if you can take a few of those breaks at least 5 times a day and just go around the house, around the block, and if you can walk barefoot in the grass, I know this is going to sound even crazy. Even better, because that grounds you to the earth. That grounds you to a bigger purpose, to a bigger universe. We're all in this together. And if you can do those 5-minute walks 5 times a day, and you can do the posture check, you're going to feel like $1 million. And if you can do all that and say something positive while you're doing it, even better.
Right. Now we just got mental and physical health right there.
Right there. We're just killing it right here.
And a quick question, Dr. Tovar, when you were saying about the stretching, is there any particular, I know you said you'll have some details that people can do. Is there a certain amount of time or something? Because I know people worry like, well, I don't have time for that. We're talking like a 2-minute, 1 minute.
It's a 2-minute stretch that I'm teaching in these videos that I actually made for a company that they needed to strengthen their low back. But this is a 2-minute stretch I teach to all my patients. You do in the morning and you do in the evening. Perfect. Literally stretches every single one of my muscles. I could do it right here, but it's kind of hard because I need to lay flat somewhere. Right. It does your neck, it does your mid back, it does your low back, it does your legs, it does everything.
In 2 minutes. Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah. She's not telling you guys have to do a 30-minute yoga program. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's accessible. 2 minutes.
The video that I'm attaching is like 5-minute video because I go through everything thoroughly.
Okay.
But
awesome.
It's quick to do, and it's going to get you healthy and thriving and feeling strong and stretch, and your body's going to love you for it. You have an opportunity. We've been given a gift right now to pay attention to what matters, like as I mentioned before.
Yes.
So, and your body health, without your health, I don't care how much money you got in the world, you got nothing.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity to just like acknowledge your body and feed it something good and stretch it with the love and acknowledge every single muscle and cell that is keeping you alive and thriving, because this is an opportunity. It's just like the earth has been given a timeout.
Right.
And this is your timeout to catch up on what you said you never had time to.
Right.
It's really matter. So if you never had time, if you never had 2 minutes, I always tell my patients, if you have time to brush your teeth, you have time to do the stretches.
Yes. Yes.
And stretches should be as easy as like automatic as when you brush your teeth, because have you noticed sometimes you brush your teeth, you don't even remember you brush your teeth because it's so automatic. I'm like, did I? But yes, you did, because it is super, super automatic. So put the alarm on your phone, work on those stretches, get some vitamin D if you can, meaning go out in the sun and just try to expose your body to the sun. If you live in a very cold climate, that might be hard. But if you don't, try to expose all parts of your body, meaning go in a bathing suit or something and just expose your body to sun at least 20 minutes a day.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of us Californians, I'm sure Floridians as well, we've learned from a young age that just because you don't see the sun doesn't mean that you're not getting some of those rays coming through. So it can be overcast and cloudy, and there's still a benefit to getting outside. There's still some vitamin D coming through. The sun is a big, big star, guys. It has some power. It has some power to reach you. So don't underestimate that. We learned it because it's like we think we can't get sunburned. So, but we learned that it's just still come through. So don't underestimate that value of getting outdoors, even if it doesn't look like a glorious sunny day.
Exactly. Don't underestimate it. That's why, have you ever gotten a sunburn on a cloudy day?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have. And I'm like, what happened? And, I'm kind of tan, but I still get sunburns, people. And so yes, but if you're doing the alarm on your phone, if you're getting up at least 5 times a day and walking around the house or around, inside the house or outside, you're going to get some vitamin D. You're going to be able to see the affirmations. You're going to be able to check your posture and breathe. And if you can leave your electronics while you do that, just so your body mind can get a break too. It's going to realign you to source. It's going to help you. And whenever you can, go see a chiropractor, because that's going to remove the interference. So all the other good things you do, your body can make the most out of it.
Yes.
So that, all those things, our body is a gift. You should kiss it, know, because it is a gift we've been given, and we get to know how we treat it. It's just like if you were given a brand new car. I always tell my patients, like, just imagine they gave you the most amazing, Ferrari, Diablo, whatever you want. It's like a $250,000 car. But you're treating it really poorly, like a very used Fiat or something.
You're running it over the rocks and off curbs,
treat it like you want it to run, because it can run so amazing, and we're barely using it to its full potential. Most people are not. Yeah. So it can give so much when we give it a little bit. So this is your time to give it a little bit of love, a little bit an acknowledgement that it is there. When you stretch and you breathe, always I recommend when you do the stretches, breathe slowly. Just feel your body stretching. Listen to what your body tells you. Your body's very smart. If a stretch hurts, stop.
There you go.
Okay? So if you're very sedentary, please do not just go and try to do it all and think that you're Superman. No. Go slow, little by little, and you can add every day. Just like if you wanted to do a 2-minute plank or a 5-minute plank or a 6-minute plank, you go and start 20 seconds and then 30 seconds. You
don't start with 6 minutes.
Well, if you can do 6 minutes, the first time around, more power to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and also there's plenty of stretches you can do while sitting in your desk. You can hang on to the side of your chair. I don't know if you'll be able to watch me, but you literally just hang on and you just hang yourself.
Oh, kind of anchor yourself to do like a little neck stretch.
Yeah,
okay.
And you breathe. And you're just literally stretching this whole side. And then you do it to the other side, Any chair.
And those muscles are so important, as a lot of us are like this typing, and sometimes not at the right height with our desks. We're doing this at the kitchen table. So
you're shrinking and adding all that toxic energy to those muscles, because it's lactic acid right there. It's like, It needs to come out. That's why you need to drink that much more water,
Right.
especially under stress. What I've noticed with all my patients that are still coming to the office, their adrenals are like shut because their stress is like, they're like, you know, that's how, and you need to drink way more water than before because you need to be able to flush this out.
Right.
You cannot just let it sink in. So yeah, definitely all those, if you can use all those tips, and you can always message me. I'm here for you. I could give you more tips. I can guide you in the right direction, refer you to a chiropractor near you. I know plenty of chiropractors, at least in the United States. In the Europe, I know plenty too. So my brother practices in the UK. So yeah, stay well connected. So now let's talk a little bit about the mind, because I think we've been kind of talking about the mind too.
Yes,
right?
yeah, you can see that there's a connection. It's hard to separate the two, right? There's a connection, guys, and that's the thing she brought us to already. We've given so many of these tips that were about our body, how we're sitting, how we're existing in our homes right now, but you'll notice that in every single tip she mentioned, it was there, you'll feel better, you're going to be happier, you're less stressed. It's like there's no separating it, you know? So absolutely, yeah, let's dive more into that.
There's no separating. People think that you can. I mean, you cannot just treat your body with loving care and do everything and not feel happy. Right. You're going to feel happy. How happy do you feel when you have a perfect day in which you stretch, you ate healthy, you drank a lot of water, you moved, you exercise, you saw yourself in the mirror, you're like, woo, I love you. Of course you're going to feel great. You know, when do we not feel great? When we're like, you know, after we finish those 2 bottles of wine and ate the whole pizza. right. And then we're like, oh, what did I just do to my body? Yeah. Right? But anyway. We're going to talk a little bit about the mind. And one of the things that I always recommend my clients with the Naked systems to check in with themselves, but we already spoke about, we're going to check in with our posture. So, and I already said, when you're checking in with your posture, if you can just go ahead and go to the mirror and just check your posture, you can check in with yourself in the sense as, how am I doing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? Because a lot of us moms are now at home taking care of multiple children. Yeah. Which my kids are older, so they're in high school and about to graduate. My poor daughter is missing all her senior activities, but oh well. But they're taking care of themselves. But the moms that have little kids, check in with you, because right now we are taking care of everybody else, right? Especially in the household. And you're forgetting to check in with you. So take a moment in one of those times that you get up from your desk or from helping your kids do their homework or whatever it is that you're doing, and go to a mirror and just say, how are you doing? Like if you're having a conversation with a friend. Yeah. If you cannot be friend with yourself, I feel for you. You need to be friends with you first. Yeah. If you cannot, you know, if you treat yourself like you treat your best friends, then you're going to be great. You're going to have a great energy inside. So I'm hearing is we need to answer honestly is what she's saying. So you can't be like, how are you? Fine. This isn't the conversation at the grocery store. This is when you're really answering and going, how am I feeling right now? How are you doing? How are you doing? And what I've been telling my patients, I've been suffering a lot with anxiety lately, because anxiety or depression seems to be rising. It's always been an issue, but it's definitely rising more now because of the situation we're living in, of course. So I always tell, just connect, right? Just say, okay, how am I doing? If the answer is, I'm doing like really bad, right? I feel like I'm going to burst into tears right now because, or kill somebody, one of my loved ones that I'm sequestered with, which, hey, if you feel that way, everybody has had moments of that. Do not feel alone. We're on this together, and you're not an alien from outer space, okay? So we're all human. What I recommend to my clients to do is to then start, you got to touch where you feel that anxiety or that pressure, okay? Touch skin and skin, and this dress is kind of hard, but let's just imagine most where we feel our anxiety is like in this circle. It's either here, I mean, on your heart side, or on the right here, right? Which is like the head of your stomach, kind of. Okay. It's going to be in this area. You're going to feel, everybody has their own spot, you know. For me, it's here, right? So if I feel anxious of any type, I'm going to touch here. And I'm going to touch skin on skin as I am in the mirror, and you're touching. Why? Because when you touch, you're going to come back to the present. Okay. You're going to feel physiology that you're connecting. You're connecting with yourself. Remember, this is a conversation. You're checking in the mirror, and you're going to ask. I got this from a doctor I interviewed. He was awesome. And he is the anxiety doctor, and I think it's amazing. So I've been giving it to my patients. So you touch the point, right? And you're asking, am I okay? Am I okay right now? Okay. Am I safe? Is something coming after me? Am I in danger? And usually the answers to those questions is going to be no, unless you're being chased by a lion, and I recommend you run.
Right. Yeah. Probably don't do this method right now. Chased by a lion.
Run, right? So let me just give you that thing. So, but in the meantime, you're reconnecting, and then you're going to keep asking questions. Just go further. What can I do for you? You need to go have a walk. Do you need to go have a breather? Do you need a glass of water? Do you need to eat something? Do you want, and it's okay. Just reconnect to and tell the person after you're safe, and you keep touching, because that keeps you present. And if you can walk at that moment, even more so, because you're moving the physiology. So that feeling of anxiety gets confused when you get the emotion in there. And it's because you bring it back to the present, because anxiety is a future event, right? And it's about what might be, which is what's happening. Depression is usually from the past. What was, what could have been, that back there. So this brings you back, the touching brings you back to the present, so you can reconnect to your loving source, so you can reconnect to your power, so you can reconnect to, and if you're in front of the mirror, it's almost like you're looking at yourself, and you're looking at the deepest, your smaller version of you that wants to feel safe. And it's okay. It's okay to feel this way, and it's okay to reassess. So I recommend my clients to do this several times a day. If you can do it in the morning, in the midday, and at night, is going to keep you more mindful, right? More mindful.
And I think, of course, eventually it becomes second nature to ask yourself this. You start kind of scanning in and checking in regularly.
Yeah, you know what? Your loved ones might think you're crazy, but they might follow on.
Yeah. But when mom's not yelling anymore and she's smiling, I'll be like, go ahead, mom, keep doing it.
Whatever you do.
Mom, do you need to go to the mirror again? You need to
go touch her. That's it. Whatever it is that you do, chanting, it doesn't really matter, mom.
Just go do that again, because whatever it is, we like it.
Oh my God. So we can also work on our breath, right? We can do some breathing exercises. I recommend the 777, just because it's a very easy way. And it's a good lucky number. People like that. So you can breathe in 7 seconds in, just like you hold it for 7 seconds. And then you let it out in 7 seconds.
That's nice.
It feels very relaxing, actually. So if you do it, and you can be even cuter and say, I'm going to do it 7 times, So you can do that. You can repeat it. Whatever helps you to stay on track, you can do that breathing also when you're walking outside. So 777, doing breathing work. And there's plenty of people that are specialists in breathing work.
Yes. There's a lot of science behind breath work and the mind connection and calmness. Absolutely.
It's just that powerful. The same with, taking time to meditate, taking time to just, again, you can use this as your meditation. You can, if you have never meditated, a lot of people are very scared of it, because they're like, oh, I can't, I don't know what. Sit with yourself and do 7 breaths in this manner, and you have meditated.
Right.
Congratulations.
Right. Yes. It's not about, you have to clear your mind. There's not some, you don't have to go to a cave. You just need to have a moment of being aware.
Yeah. A lot of people, it's like, well, when I have the time, when I have the space to meditate, when I have the right tools, when I buy the right meditations. No, honey, your time is now. And I'm telling you exactly how you do it. And if you take that space to do that, you're going to feel more clear, more connected, more calm, more in control, right? Of what is happening, at least in your house, in your surroundings. And when I mean in your house, I mean your house. Okay? This house. We got to take care of ourselves first before we take care of our loved ones. It's just like that mask. When we used to take planes and fly, remember? Those days, Yeah, that they say they do the thing with the mask. Put the mask on yourself before your little one next to you, because if you pass out, then the kid dies too, right? So you gotta make sure you're well. So take care of your own house first, so you can then be good for your significant others, for your job, for your children, for your parents that need you, for your coworkers, for whomever else that is not well. Okay.
I love the house analogy, because I think it's easy to think like, well, if your house is on fire and it's burning and you're like, well, I want to help my neighbor. I want to help, like, you need to put the fire out. You need to get this house off fire, take care of it. And then yes, go help the neighbors. But your neighbor or your loved one doesn't need a burning house coming to them. That's not helping them at all. So I really like the house analogy, because that's a different way from hearing it. But it's like a lot of us are running around with burning houses, and then we're trying to bring this fire to be like, oh, let me calm you. You know, maybe you're taking care of your child, or, you know, let me spend time with you. And everyone's like, you're on fire. Like, could you like handle that?
You had nothing to offer. Go away.
Yes. Go handle that first.
But this is the time to take a space. I feel like, you know, with the Genique systems, I always teach how there's a blessing to everything. And we just, even in the worst of situations, there's always a blessing in disguise. And the moment we see it, then we find real unconditional love, which will like balance out all the emotions that we had towards that situation happening. So I feel it's time for us to balance the emotions. I was doing an exercise with one of a couple, two patients of mine that are a couple, and every single day they have come in, we have to name at least 5 things that are different and better now because of it, because of this situation. So they started naming, you know, I don't have to commute from work. I get to work on my new house that we had just bought. I get to spend more time with her. We get to cook at home. We get to learn new recipes. We are walking more outside. You know, it's just,
you just find the wins, You find the
win. And they just could name all of these different things just like that. And we were like, okay, what's positive today? What's positive today? Why? Because if you're focusing on what's positive, you're going to find positive things. If you're focusing on what's negative, you're going to find negative things. It's just like that exercise Tony Robbins says, can you see red things? Close your eyes and you're going to see a bunch of red things, because that's what you open your eyes and you will see it, because that's what you were focusing on. But the moment, you know, you focus on the brown things, you're going to see brown things. It doesn't mean thing that is around you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean everything's brown. It doesn't mean everything's red. It means that's what you
focus on. So when you focus on your breath, you cannot think of anything. So you're actually clearing your thoughts. And when you're counting spaces in your breath, as I was teaching with the 777, you are actually meditating, because meditating is that connection to not think about anything else, just focus on your breath. So that is,
love it. You've been tricked into meditating, and it's amazing.
And it's good for you. And yes, and if you can finish your meditation and feel grateful and for the things that came up, or for whatever it is, I think a grateful journal I've been doing for more than 15 years is one of the things that keeps me sane all times. And I don't stop doing it, because it's what keeps me grounded. Just as I go outside and I stand in the grass, I like to feel grounded, and being grateful is one of those things. Another one is when you have taken care of your fire in your house. If you're still feeling depressed and sad, one of the key things that I tell my clients to help feel better about their depression or whatever they're going to is to be of service to somebody else. That is I always say that service that you mentioned, I'm the vice president of Cara Mission. I've been doing mission trips for the last 12 years. And I've always said that mission trips are almost selfish work, because when you give to others, you get that much more in return. So if you know somebody that is in need of a few words, even if you're feeling a little sad yourself, do something for someone else is almost an immediate win-win. You're going to feel better yourself that you did something good for somebody else. That other person is going to feel good that you did something good for them. It's a win-win, and hopefully can create that ripple effect that we so much need in this world, for all of us to start caring for one another, caring for what matters. And not only for each other, for the universe, for the planet, for the animals.
And if there's anything that I think we're learning through this, is that we are much more reliant on each other than we ever really thought. You know, we lived in our bubble, we had our like focus, but we're seeing that all of our actions really do affect every other person. You know, that's what we're learning in our quarantines and all of these ways of what the world's going right now, that it is community, it is what we rely on. So when you're able to partake in whatever version you can in that, it really is a win-win. I love that. Well,
Yeah.
as we're coming towards the end here, do you have anything else? I know we've really covered the relationships, the mind, the body.
Oh, yes. Relationships for sure. I'm going to give a free book that has a bunch of tips, but make sure, just like I said, relationship to yourself first needs to be healed. If you believe in a bigger power and relationship to your source, to God, that also needs to be centered. That faith that we're going to be okay, that it's going to be amazing, that we're going to come out to it. If you also work on vision boards or visualizations, this is the perfect time to create a small vision board, a small goal that you have something to look forward to, because trust me, we're going to come out of this, and we're going to come out of it stronger than ever, because we're going to be healthier, mind, body, and spirit. I do believe it with every single cell, that we're going to focus on what truly matters from now on, and it's going to be a better humanity because of it. Relationships so important. And one huge tip I have on relationships: we're living in close encounters with our loved ones. If you're not feeling good, take care of yourself first before you rant and vent on the others. I am giving you there a free ebook on how to increase your heart account, which are your relationships, because if we don't have anybody to share our health and our love with, we have nothing. So just work on that relationship to your source, relationship to yourself, then your close circle, then expand. And if you have worked on all those and you can keep expanding, do a lot of Zoom parties. I've done so many Zoom parties this week. It's funny. This is a time to catch up with your friends, to reconnect with old relatives, to just you love them, to really enjoy the small things, to make more time to be with family, to be loving to your significant other, especially if they're not going through an easy time. Maybe they just got laid off. Maybe they're going through a lot of stress in their work. This is the time to just be kind to each other, to get to know one another, to play the game in the mirror. It doesn't really matter. There's hundreds of things. And I give some tips there to keep those relationships healthy and thriving, with the Ganeke systems that has helped me to help so many people live healthier and thriving with the relationships to self and the relationships to others, and finding the blessing in everything that happens, because indeed there is a blessing in disguise, and it's almost right in front of us to see it. And I think right now we're giving a time out so we can see it.
Well, no, these are all amazing. These are all things that are accessible. Everything that you've said today, there's nothing to purchase. There is nothing that we need. All of these things are right here at our fingertips, in our bodies, to do these things, to create better health, better mindset, better bodies, just the way we're working at home. All of these tips are so that we can do them right now. So some of them you might have been able to.
I know, in our house. Who knew that we didn't need to buy anything? We didn't need to anything. We didn't need to go to no gym. You can right now work on your body, on your mind, and your relationships while at home. It's almost unbelievable, but it is so true.
I know. I love it. Well, so before we wrap up today, can you please tell everyone where they can find you, and just maybe recap some of these amazing gifts that you have for everyone?
Oh, yes. Definitely for the body. I am attaching here. I think we're giving the stretches for full body stretches. Stretches are only going to take you 2 minutes, because I've timed myself. In the morning and in the evening, you can do it 3 times a day. If you can do it with your family, if you can do it as a family activity. It's a YouTube video. I think it's like 5 or 6 minutes long. I recorded it right here in my house in the backyard. It's pretty easy to watch. You can take a laugh as you see me doing those exercises too. But use them because they are good for you. And just put that alarm on your phone, take those 5-minute walks, drink more water, be mindful of what you think, be mindful of what you watch, be mindful of what you put out, especially when it comes to your relationships and to your loved ones. Watch, think before you talk. Don't let so much negativity come in, because eventually you focus on that you will produce and it will come out. So yes, I'm attaching here the interview that I did with the CW that is giving you tips on how to deal with your mind and how to deal with your mind thoughts. My Ganeke series, best tips on how to just cleanse your mind. Whatever you can deal with now is what you're going to focus on, which is going to keep you in the present. It's going to keep you away from depression and away from anxiety. The same with the tool that I gave you on anxiety. And you can check on my podcast, The Get Naked Show with Dr. Auda. And I had an interview there that is all about the anxiety. So go check it out. And with Dr. Russell Kennedy. He is awesome. And yes, for relationships, I'm attaching the ebook on how to increase your heart account, which is amazing because we need to increase the relationships that we have, not only to our source, to ourselves, but to those closest to us, and then we can expand our circles as we get healthier and healthier right here at home in the comfort of your hard chair, hopefully. Yes. Not a very soft couch.
I love that. The comfort of your hard chair is perfect.
Yes, because you need to go see a chiropractor if you can in your cities. You can find me at dr.com. You can find me on Facebook, Auda Tovar, or Dr.Auda Tovar on Instagram, my YouTube channel, official Auda Tovar, plenty of videos in there. Now, it's all free. It's all for you to live your best life, share your best tools with your loved ones. Now that we have them so close to us, it's time to shine and be our best, not only for ourselves, but for our loved ones and for the planet. Eventually, when we all come back, hopefully we can be healthier, happier, thriving, and ready to soar, because there's going to be a search for your gifts to be given to the world. And this is the time to prepare for that search.
Oh man, awesome. Well, what a beautiful, beautiful way to end this. I mean, guys, with so much hope, so much excitement, and so many tools and resources that are there for you. So definitely make sure that you guys go and connect with Dr. Tovar. We have all the links, below here. You'll get them in your replays. As long as you guys are registered and signed up, you'll get all that information. You can't fail when you have this kind of support, guys. So absolutely make that happen. Follow her, get those tips on a regular basis. And, thank you all for showing up to create your best life. And as you know, this summit is free. So if you enjoyed what you learned here today, we'd love your appreciation in the form of shares, likes, comments, and follows. And if you haven't already, please check out our weekly show, My Design Life, where we test methods and habits to create a life that you love. You can also connect with me at Tanya MFK at My Design Life Show, and on Facebook, on Instagram, and also at Tanya MFK, as we said, and TanyaMFK.com for workshops, courses, and coaching. So remember, your someday starts today. Make it the best. I'm Tanya MFK. Thank you again, Dr. Tovar, so much, and we will see you. Yes, absolutely. We need you all the time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Welcome to My Designed Life.